Maybe every time somebody doesn't follow the rules, I should smoke a cigarette. And the person will say, "You're not following the rules," because people like to say that kind of thing. And I say, well, you're damaging the Bosque, you're damaging me, you're damaging the project and everyone else here. Fuck it, what's the point? The thing about rules is everybody's got to enforce them themselves, really. If people don't enforce the rules themselves, then you have an inherent conflict. And somebody has to tell someone else what to do specifically because that person isn't following the social contract. And that's not ideal. So enforce the rules on yourself, or you are breaking the social contract and you should just get out. That's the ultimate punishment, is banishment. I guess killing people would be good, but that's inconvenient. So banishment. Everyone is banished from the Bosque. At the moment, me too. That's Spaz. Great dog. This idea of making a rule set is interesting for me. It's a conflict in a way because I'm very freedom loving. And I want people to have a great amount of freedom of expression, freedom to do projects that they like, to spend their time as they like. But I also want there to be group cohesion and success as a community. And if you study communities, you'll see that they're generally failures in various ways, and you can decide for yourself what failure means and success means. What's a successful community? Right now in the world, the most successful communities are those who can rob and steal from other communities at various scales. That's the number one way to survive and do well, to thrive, is to steal the Earth's resources, and more importantly, to steal other people's resources from the Earth that they live on. That's the way it goes. It's a very hierarchical system. I'm not against hierarchy as a principle. In fact, I'm getting to like it more and more. A lot of the people who say, I don't want hierarchy, I want to be free. No, they want free shit. They want to steal from other people. That's the actual goal. I've seen it so many times, it's ridiculous. So, my thinking is that we should have explicit rules that we agree to. Now, this is not a radical idea. The idea that we should have a government, government's another question. Social contract. What's the difference between social contract and government? One uses force, and the other one you opt into. I'm interested in opt-in communities. I think that you should have a lot of alternatives very close to you, so you can vote with your feet, but you shouldn't have to leave your country, ideally. You shouldn't have to move away from your mama. And if you're one of those people going to other places, far away, to steal from those people, soldiers, politicians, businesses, that are expansive, then you're probably the problem. And if you're consuming the products of those systems, you're probably part of the problem. So we're all part of the problem. That's good to know. Now what do? We got to look at ourselves and figure out how to improve things. And also, don't smoke. This is against the rules right here. I'm violating the rules. I'm going to banish myself to town, and I'm going to get a torta. I should be punished for my evil crime. So another problem with rules and laws is the people that make them often don't follow them. At the moment, I'm not following the rules. And I don't know of any government or institution which oppresses other people that follows its own rules that they say we should follow. In fact, if it was known publicly what these institutions do, I think that people would lose faith in them. And I think that's an optimistic opinion, an optimistic point of view, is that maybe with transparency, with greater knowledge and awareness of how systems actually work, that perhaps people will lose faith in these authority systems. Now that's fine, but we can't just go around having our own personal revolutions, killing everyone else. We have to figure out what's the alternative. And that really is the goal here. Create an alternative. But that means a social contract. That means rules. How do we want to live? We should probably define that. And coming to the Bosque really means giving up on the culture you have now. If we're going to design a new culture, if we're going to actually be effective in that, we have to give up our positions of great privilege, if you want to use that word. And we have to figure out how to create something better. We have to implement it, and that means, in a sense, giving up freedom to do whatever the fuck we want. All done.